They put the old school Batman in the new Batman movie.
As you'll come to find out, I am the resident geek of this show. I'm the guy who grew up reading comics, was into sci-fi, all that nerdy stuff. And nerds are the rulers of the world now, isn't it? So there's a time when you were into Star Wars, Star Trek, and all that, you'd get chased at school. Now you're the one running the schoolyard. You're the alpha dog because you know you're Captain Kirk from your Han Solo. Anywho, we're massively into the comic book movies and all the streaming projects that are coming out, yada, yada. But I have a soft spot for old school content. We were kids of the 80s, and one of the things, even though this came out in the 1960s, one of the shows I used to love on rinse and repeat was the reruns of the 1960s Batman. Kapow! Adam West as the titled Batman. Yes, before he was Mayor West on Family Guy, Adam West, R.I.P. He was the Caped Crusader himself, with Burt Ward as his boy wonder sidekick, Robin. You've not really had you had that Chris O'Donnell Robin in those.
No. So
but
cringe.
everyone wants to stay away from Robin, I think, because he's not dark and gritty, a guy. And also the idea of a grown man having a teenager, a young kid, fighting crime, calling social services in the UK, Childline, Esther Ranson. But anywho, some of our biggest childhood memories are of the old 60s Batman and Robin TV show. But they've only gone and added old 1960s Adam West into the new The Batman footage through digitary mastery for a bit of a joke. And I think, what did you think of The Batman? You liked it, didn't you?
The Batman. Yeah, The Batman.
The Batman.
Oh, yeah, The Batman I really loved. Like, 3 hours sitting through that movie. Like, yeah.
One of the things we loved about it is dark and gritty, wasn't it? The total opposite of 1960s Batman.
Oh, yeah,
was colourful.
Which is, I've always said, I don't like those ones at all.
Yeah. The Riddler in The Batman movie would literally skin alive the Riddler in the 1960s version. But anyhow, there's a group of visual effects artists called the Corridor Crew who we watch. They do videos on YouTube about, they break down special effects. They're visual effects artists. They're really good as well. They break down the visual effects, great CGI, bad CGI in movies. I remember one particular one they did about the Mummy Returns or the Scorpion King with a rock. It was so bad, that CGI. They sometimes get specialists from places like ILM and Weta come in and break down the visual effects that they've worked on. What they've done is they've inserted the Adam West Batman in some footage from The Batman. We've spoken enough. Let's get involved. Let's have a look at this and see how it all shakes out.
Abominable outlaws.
The bat signal of the 60s.
I'll kill you all.
Wow.
All adds up to a sinister riddle. What kind of creature would gobble up a bird at a tree?
Oh my God.
The penguin.
Burgess Meredith.
Batman doesn't dance anymore. You impresses with your presence.
The whole world is on right.
Oh, this is brilliant.
Prepare Batcopter for immediate takeoff.
Oh no! Oh, this is quality.
Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
Wow.
Wow. Wow. Oh, rest in peace. Adam West, 1928 to 2017. Wow. I changed angle a bit early because I wanted to see our genuine reaction up close. That was incredible. I genuinely, the laughter was genuine. We did not watch this beforehand because I really wanted the genuine reaction. And I didn't know what to expect. I think there's a longer video. We've just watched the 2 minute or a minute and a half, whatever, footage one. We'll maybe watch the full, because they always do a video where they break it down and go into how they did the effect, how they did the digital trickery, pokery. What do you think of Adam West in The Batman?
How did they do that? Like, literally, I was going to ask the question. How did they?
I have no clue.
They used a lot of the footage and just put it in the way it was laid out.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, with the power. And
yeah.
I was like,
They did really well. I mean, with terms of putting the old 60s footage and the actors into this, because it's not just Adam West, they've also got I can't remember the actor that played the Riddler. My apologies. I'm not quite past my full geek doctorate, Dr. Geek. But I know Burgess Meredith, and the reason I know Burgess Meredith because he was always Mickey and Rocky, go murdering Rock. We're Rocky fans, so remember Burgess Meredith was the penguin. Quack, 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 quack. Take it easy, sweetheart. I think it's probably, obviously, it's like Photoshop, isn't it? They've digitally been able to superimpose the old cast onto this. But I think it reminds me of, there was some videos where it was like they'd put Bully Maguire, Tobey Maguire as Peter Parker in the third Raimi movie. You know, when he's got the Venom suit and he goes a little bit bad. He goes emo. He goes dark Spidey. And they call him Bully because he bullies people. He bullies Topher Grace as Eddie Brock. And he's like, I'm the dark Peter Parker. And they would digitally insert him in different footage. It's like a meme. They've even got one of the Will Smith slap where you've got...
Yeah, I've seen it with Tobey Maguire. We've got it with a few of them.
But they always look obvious that someone has just edited and pasted that footage.
Yeah, but this looks like really good. The way the person... What's the name of the person called again?
Oh, well, I don't know. But the crew, the Corridor crew.
I think they did a great job.
It takes a village, Jay, to do these effects.
But it just makes you think how different the franchise has moved on from the quality.
The tone.
Like, wow.
You see that Riddler sitting in the Riddler.
The Riddler in the film, like the old Riddler.
And
they did a movie about that.
Yeah.
Two Riddlers. Head to head.
Very different Riddlers.
It's like the Joker, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Jokers developed over
That's the only one they missed. They didn't put the old 60s Joker in there.
We used to put a comment on that video and say,
Where's the Joker at? Well, they kind of cut the Joker from the new movie, didn't they? They just hinted at him at, spoiler alert! They just hinted at him at the end where there was a scene that was released where you actually had him fully in, but I understand why they cut the scissors out there. So this is hilarious. I have not laughed so hard in a reaction like I think for a long time, if ever. It was sad seeing Adam West again because he was so funny in the Family Guy cartoon. That character, they've retired him, obviously, Mayor West, because he was obviously clearly Adam West himself in that Family Guy world. But he'll always be Batman. He went on to do some other things, but he was always Batman. I have a soft spot for that Batman show, even though it's cool to like the dark and gritty, talking like this. Where is she? Where is she? Fails Batman.
That's actually a really good impression. I think.
Where is she?
I think they should hire you as Batman.
I'm vengeance.
Take Pattinson's place.
Yeah, Pattinson. I'll be like the Battinson.
Oh no.
Black Batman.
Oh.
You know it's coming. Black James Bond, Black Superman, Black Batman.
You never
Make them all black. But I think this was very well done. And it's a great showcase for their visual effects mastery because you make something that's going to take a long time to do, all that technical stuff, you're going to have to enjoy it. Yeah. So to make it funny like that, it's the best of both worlds. It shows off their digital skills and it also gives us a laugh because seeing that two worlds come together is
so
just really,
different
really
as well
cool.
Because obviously the Batman where we're at now, it's so much more grittier and darker, isn't it? And that was just so light and so funny. And
I prefer the Batmans we have now because it's closer to the original intention of Bob Kane and the comics, and Bill Finger, who did all the original artwork. But there's a time and a place. It's kind of funny because I've got loads of time for this Adam West 1960s Batman from the TV show, but I hate the Joel Schumacher. Well, not so much Batman Forever, not in love with it, but at the time I liked it. But Batman and Robin,
Oh, no.
you're not sending me to the cooler. Hey, you, chill. Arnold as Mr. Threes. I hated that movie. And it almost ruined the whole superhero comic genre.
No, I don't like. Remember, I've always said I don't like any of those old Batmans.
You don't even like the Michael Keaton ones, do you?
No, I don't like any of them. I think it's definitely since the Christopher Nolan era and that's come in, and now the Pattinson. I'm like, nah, those old ones. I need to go to bed. I
like Keaton. I didn't mind Batman Forever, Val Kilmer. Couldn't stand the Clooney Batman. No offense to George. And then that killed the franchise until they brought back Nolan brought his trilogy with Christian Bale, which we adored. And I said from when they were making, everyone said, we don't want another Batman. The Bat is dead. I was like, no. Christopher Nolan, Christian Bale. American Psycho was an interesting movie. He's a good actor. I had faith in it from the start. If only there was YouTube and there's proof of me saying that at the time.
There is.
Well, it's not. There wasn't YouTube then when the first Batman Begins came out. And then, of course, now with Pattinson, we weren't believers. I must admit, I'd never really seen Twilight too much, but I was like, I just jumped on the bandwagon. Oh, Robert Pattinson, he don't look the part. Boy, were we wrong. Was I wrong? I'm man enough to say I was wrong. He crushes it as Batman in this. So if you haven't seen it, check it out on HBO, that one. And if you haven't seen classic Pow, Kapow, Boof, you know those memes where you see the famous recent slap and it's like kapow? That all comes from Batman, the Batman comics and the Batman TV show. Kaboom, kapow! So check out the old Adam West Batman 2 to honor the late legend's memory. You'll have a lot of fun. You need a bit of light and dark.
It just makes you think, actually, how they used to make the Batman movies were so light, weren't they?
Yeah.
And it makes you think, obviously it's gone darker over time. It's more closer to the comics now. Yeah. But it's like, I wonder why they kept it so light back then.
I think people...
Was it because it's a TV show?
I think even the
films weren't even dark and gritty.
Well, they were weird, especially the Burton ones. They were the first Batman was quite gritty in 1989, the ones you don't like.
Oh, yeah.
It's quite gritty, but I think with the TV show, remember, the 60s were a very different place. We weren't even around in the 1960s. So things were innocent. I remember when we were around in the 80s, they had problems with the cartoons like He-Man and stuff. Don't be too violent. The first Ninja Turtles movie, the best one in 1990, was a hit, but it got dragged so much for its violence that the second one, they don't even use their weapons and they're ninjas. And in the UK, they weren't Ninja Turtles, they're a hero. That's a video for another day, folks. But what do you think about this video? Did you have a good laugh along with us watching the old Batman mixed with the new? Do you seen the new Batman movie? Do you like it, or do you think it's too dark and serious and you think, wow, they should take a leaf from the 60s book and make Batman goofy? Have you seen Schumacher's Batman and Robin? Do you want to talk about it? You feel we can, don't worry, it can't hurt you again.
Well, let us know what you think by commenting below and subscribe, and we would love to just have a conversation with you. We can have a party.
Hey, bring the popcorn, bring the Batman. 1960s or 2022. We don't mind. Till next time.
Hey, thank you so much for watching. If you really enjoyed this video, please subscribe below, where also we have more videos on entertainment, opinion, and chat. You're really going to enjoy it. Also, if you really enjoy it that much, we have a weekly podcast on all platforms. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.